And joining us on the line, great to be chatting to her again, we have got Abbie Ferris. G'day, Abbie. How you doing now?
G'day, I'm not too bad. How are you?
Doing okay. I understand you've moved to a wonderful area that's now in lockdown. So how's it going?
Moved to lockdown city, basically. It's, you know what, it is what it is, and just trying to make the most of what I can do, and what I can do is release music. So that's what's keeping me going, and I'm getting excited to, that my song's out now.
So what was the impetus to make the move? You're in SA and you've moved across to New South Wales. So was it just about to further your career for all the opportunities, or was there other reasons? Was it because a partner or anything was over there? What was the story?
Yeah, no. Well, first of all, I love South Australia. I think it's always going to be home to me, and I grew up on a property there and love my childhood and everything about it. But yeah, it was definitely, I was always coming over to New South Wales to go in the studio and to do, gigs over here, and it was just more convenient to be here to further my career and more opportunities. So that's kind of why I decided to do that, to move. And I also think it's good for me to get out and see more of the world and more of Australia, and experience, doing that kind of stuff, because I was, very much just on the farm, and so I had dreams to go out and do things like that. So that's basically why I'm here now. And unfortunately, we're in lockdown, but I'm still happy to have made that move and be adulting now and taking the next step in my career.
Well, that's what happens sometimes. Circumstances, they just happen, and you can't predict them, and you got to deal with them, and you're dealing with it as we speak now. So it'll end, and you'll get out there and start doing shows and all that anyway. So
exactly. I can't wait. It definitely makes you appreciate being on stage a lot more. So I definitely won't ever take that for granted.
Yes, and I've spoken to artists who, when they've managed to get back on stage, they take that moment just to look out at the crowd and go, yep, remember this, because it can be taken away so quickly.
It can, quickly, 100%. Yeah, there was a few gigs I had lined up when I was, coming over here, and when I got here, we couldn't do them. So I haven't done a gig since, I reckon, March, and I just miss it so much.
Can understand that. Are you still you're still singing and practicing and rehearsing yourself? And
all the time. I'm used to being able to sing as loud as I want to, because where I am is no one around. The neighbours are ages away, so no one can hear me. But here I am in a unit now, in a one-bedroom unit, and I feel sorry for the people next to me, above me, and everything. Like, they probably hear me singing constantly. I hope it's okay.
I'm sure they'll get used to it.
Yes, I would hope so.
So are you also using this time at the moment to write and do new songs? Is that what you're doing? You're taking advantage of the time?
Yeah, no, I am. I'm taking this time to be creative, like we had to last year take that time to be creative as well. And so I definitely am organising Zoom nights again. So been busy with that, and writing by myself as well a lot. I actually had a lot of inspiration. Felt like last time when we came into a lockdown, that was the first time we did that for me. It took a while to get inspired, really, because it was such a shocking thing. No one knew what was going on. We were all very, very scared, and it's still a scary thing, but I don't want to say we're familiar, but we are used to a lockdown a little bit more, so I felt like I could take those emotions and put them into songs a lot easier than I did the first time we were in lockdown.
And what sort of songs are you coming up with? Are they inspired because of the COVID situation, or are you keeping that, you don't want to write about COVID, so you're writing about other things?
I guess they are kind of a little bit. Being away from home, I feel like I've realised that a lot of precious things that is special to me, and home is special to me, and realising how important it is, family and things like that. And I think that does come from, being in a situation like COVID and feeling like those little things are actually more important than you realise, like being on stage, realising that those little things that can be taken away from you so easily are so important. So, I have been writing a lot of songs about home and a lot of songs about the little things meaning more than you realise.
Well, you made this decision to move, and I'm sensing from you that there is no doubt. You've made the right decision, so which is good to hear. So good on you for
thank you. A lot of people have been asking me if I should still be in South Australia, and as much as I miss I miss the fam, and I also miss my puppy, Patch. I had a puppy on the farm and animals and stuff like that. Yeah, 100%. I think as much as we're in a tricky situation right now, I'm lucky that I, in my heart, know that I've taken that next step. And I think if I was still in South Australia, I'd still be wishing and dreaming. Yeah. So now, at least a little part of my dreams come true, and that's to live out of home and somewhere that's a little bit more convenient. It's weird to be able to, when we weren't in lockdown for like a couple of weeks when I first moved here, being able to walk down to a store and buy something, like that's crazy to me. So I just think it's, I'm always learning new things, and so and there's no doubt that I've made the right choice for my time for this stage in my life. And
that is kind of what your current single, Ready or Not, is all about too.
Yeah, it's definitely about taking the reins, and that's certainly what I did moving and trying to follow this dream of mine, which led me to here where I am. I wrote this song with the Dungarees, who are a Canadian country band, and they also feature on the track, which was an amazing experience. I wrote this with these guys back in like 2019, I think, between their set at Gympie Muster. And I pinned them down and I got them to write with me. They were busy guys, so I had to be quick, and we didn't get a chance to finish the entire song. And so I think it was last year when we had time and they had time, we Zoom wrote and finished the song. And so it feels really cool to me to have now released it, because I don't think I was ready or not, I don't think I was ready to finish that song at that point in my life. And last year we finished it, and then I don't think I was ready to release it until this point in my life right now, when I really feel like, ready or not, well, here I come, So I'm happy about this song coming out right now.
How did you find that Zoom way of doing it? Was it something that you embraced and you've got used to, or you're still sort of not, it's still a little bit uncomfortable at times? What's that experience like for you?
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't think it's as good as writing in person, and it never will be, to be honest. But that doesn't mean special songs don't still come out of those writes. I just think there's a difference, and we all know that, sitting down with someone and having fun and writing and laughing, and you can still do that via Zoom, but there's nothing like, personal being in, talking face to face. There's nothing like it.
That's exactly right, because those things that happen in the moment, and when you're Zooming and you've got the delays, it doesn't always... Yeah, exactly. You lose a bit of that.
Yeah, for sure. And then, someone's playing guitar and you quickly hum something over and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds really good. But you can't really do that, like, you're right, with delays and things like that. So it's a mission. It's definitely a different experience. But, like we said at the beginning, it's just what you have to do.
Yes, it's just the way of the world at the moment, and some are embracing it. And I've spoken to a couple of producers that they conduct these Zoom things, and they say that's the thing that they miss, is that in the moment, and trying to still keep that happening in with all the delays. It is so hard, but it is a challenge, and they soon find that there are artists that have trouble working with the technology because they really need that face-to-face sort of thing to happen.
I think it would depend on who you're writing with, for sure. So when you're writing with a new person that you haven't written before, I think it would definitely be a impact that connection. But luckily a lot of the people like the Dungarees, we had a relationship before that, so I knew the guys and knew. But I know what you're saying. So
you've got this song which we'll get to hear shortly that's out with the Dungarees. What's coming up after that? Are you working towards an EP or anything? What's the story?
Speaking of that, so Ready or Not is the title track to my EP, and that is coming out very, very soon on Friday, I believe. So that's really exciting. I'm trying to get, as much as I can out there and do what I can, like we've spoken about. And so my EP is coming out on Friday. So that means that everybody should go and pre-order that now if they want to.
And we can go to your website, abbieferris.com, and do that and pre-order?
Yes, that's correct. So there's a physical copy that you can order on my website, because I think that there's something special about physical copies. That's just what I think, so that's for people who like that. But then there's also the option to pre-order digitally, which is on my Facebook page, Abbie Ferris, and Instagram and all those social media platforms as well.
I noticed in your merchandise section you've got an apron. Cooking with Abbie and Chelsea. What's all that about?
Yeah, so that's just a lot of fun, really. We did a couple of gigs together. We've done a few together, but we did a little run down in Canberra, Chelsea, Berman and I.
Yep.
And we're quite good friends. We're best friends, actually. And we were just doing this fun cooking thing because we had to feed ourselves while we were there. And we're not really great cooks. So we were down doing gigs and we were trying to make it. And, and I started filming it. And I was, we decided to do this little cooking with Abbie and Chelsea, and I don't know what we were making. But then people seemed to enjoy it, and we got a few people saying we should turn it into a little series. So we decided to do that on our Facebook page last year during COVID remotely. We worked out a way to be able to do that. So one week I would cook, and then she'd have to tell me what to do, and then one week she would cook and I'd tell her the recipe and what to do. And it was just it's fun because we really don't know what we're doing. So that's what happened, and then we decided to make merch out of it and have aprons and yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. It's I think we should stick to singing.
Yes, I think so too. Just no, please,
no. Cut their hands.
No. So, do you like cooking at all, or you'd rather not?
I love food. I love food, and I love baking like desserts and stuff. And I love Christmas time doing some cooking and stuff. But yeah, no, I wouldn't call myself a cook, and I wouldn't want to cook for a bunch of people. I don't know. I'm not naturally talented when it comes to that. I'm very good at eating food, but
yeah, aren't we all? Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say, I wouldn't call myself a cook. I like the, it bringing everyone together and it being something people can, enjoy. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I follow recipes and I sometimes get them right on the rare occasion, and then most of the time I don't. And if there's no recipe and there's something missing and I haven't got that ingredient, I just freak out and can't do it.
I think what Abbie's saying, folks, is Mum and Dad, if you're listening, send her food. Don't send anything else. Just send her food. She'll be happy with that. And maybe what Abbie needs, folks, is a CWA cookbook, because they're tried and true recipes, and being a country girl, you'd be able to pick that up real quick. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yes, it's all the fun. Well, we all like to have fun, but you're right there. Some of us enjoy eating the food more than cooking it, and it is. And you're a singer-songwriter, you're an artist, you're a performer, so that's where your skills and your talent lie, and that's what we need you to do.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just going to try and stick to that.
Well, I'd love to say you've got shows coming up, but at this stage we can't really plan anything like that.
No. I hope to be doing. I was meant to support Hayley Jensen's upcoming tour, Breaking Hearts, and she had one. I don't know how to pronounce the venue. There's a lot of places around here that are hard to pronounce. I'm still working out, but it's a bowling club, Halakaloo Bowling Club, I believe. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but that was meant to happen and it hasn't yet, but it will be happening in October, and you can grab your tickets now. So hopefully we'll get around to seeing a few faces there. So I think that's my next gig, and fingers are crossed for that to go ahead. And
what about coming back to SA? Is that on the agenda at some stage?
Yeah, I was hoping to. I have a few things that I wanted to do in South Australia. Obviously, I wanted to see my family again Christmas time, and hoping to plan a few gigs there while I was there. And I'm also I wasn't singing for my cousin's wedding, actually. So we're hoping that this is still going to go ahead, and I see all their lovely faces again this year. But who knows what happens. Well,
we're never going to know. We'll find out soon enough, though, as things just work their way through. Well, Abbie, it is great chatting to you. Please stay safe and look after yourself now that you're over in the big smoke, and take a bit of care and all that, because we're going to be worried for you. So that just goes without saying. But we've got your new single.
Thank you so much.
It is just what happens, and we've got your single here ready to go. It is a good little song. I know the folks are going to like it, with the dungarees. Look after yourself. Thank you so much for spending time with us again on Flow. We've got it here ready to go. If you could please introduce it for us.
Thank you so much for supporting me right now. I really appreciate it. This is Ready or Not.
Ready, ready, ready. I ain't waiting, baby.